Do it, Jay.
Welcome to the Detail Solutions Podcast. My name is Alex Russell, and I am your host. So I don't know what we're going to call this one, Jason. But
Take two.
You're here with me again.
The Dirty Old Cars 2.0, baby.
It's technically a What's on Your Mind Wednesday.
So if you were one of the 110, 12-ish people that listened to the first Aaron Knox Cleans Dirty Old Cars, we were hoping that the audio wouldn't be so terrible. It was. We decided to redo this.
Because we care about you. We care about our listeners. We want you to hear everything at its best.
Yeah, everybody wanted to know what the hell was going on with Knoxy, so we're going to get to that. The website, the detailsolutionspodcast.com, that's where you're going to go and find the links to everywhere you listen to the podcast. We also have our preferred vendor page. That is going to be where you can find all of our ad sponsors. It's a link at the bottom that's going to take you directly to their site, and it's going to have the code to where you guys can go and buy products from them, save you a little bit of money. The more money that you guys save with them, they're going to spend that money on us. We're going to give you the funny hashtag money funny. And then we also have the merch store. Go there and pick up the Concaster t-shirt, the podcast logo shirt, hoodie, and also get the embroidered hat if you want. We are on YouTube, the Detail Solutions Podcast. It's where we normally live stream all these things. You can go and watch these episodes on YouTube. And then we still are about a week and a half, 2 weeks away from MTE at this point, January 26th through the 29th. So if you're still kind of on the fence, making that last minute decision, like I had Brenda Mortensen called me the other night and asked me what nice hotels were, down that way. So I pointed her over to mobiletechexpo.com and told her that she could contact the hotel there. She could also go ahead and pick up her tickets there. Use the code DSP15. She'll save 15% off. And then while you're there, go to mobiletechexpo.com/golden-mic or golden-mic. Please make sure to go and write a little review, a little story, a little what we do for you, so that hopefully we can win that golden mic this year. And then anywhere that you are listening to us, following us, please go like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and please leave us a 5-star review, just like for your clients, that puts you higher up in Google. When you guys leave us a review on either Apple or Spotify, it's going to give us recommendations for anybody who's listening in the automotive podcast selection to maybe check us out. And with that, all across America, under layers of dust, mold, and mud, there are forgotten cars waiting years for someone to revisit their history and give them the one thing they need to get back on the road: a good bath. Dirty Old Cars, a new History Channel series premiering Wednesday, January 18th at 10/9 Central, with 2 back-to-back episodes, follows the owners and staff of 3 different detailing shops: Unique Classic Cars in Minnesota, Visual Perfection in North Carolina, and Red's Detail Co. in Georgia, as they hunt down dirty and often unrecognizable 4-wheeled gems. The teams then either buy, clean and flip, or clean for hire some of the most disgusting, critter-infested cars in the country. Each half-hour episode features 2 before and after reveals as viewers witness jaw-dropping cleaning processes and amazing transformations that make these cars sparkle like new again. And our guest tonight is one of the stars of the new series, Dirty Old Cars. Please welcome back Aaron Knox. How you doing, sir?
Oh, buddy, how you doing?
I am good.
Jay, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Blessed by the best, baby.
There you go. All right. So what everybody's wanting to know, man, and I think it's something that, I don't know that you really.
Don't you go directly into asking me questions. You gotta,
We are.
you gotta wine and dine me
I'm not.
first.
Listen,
Alex
we're not.
Russell.
People want to know. People want to know, man. How did this happen? How does Knoxy and Woo get on TV? Because Woo is.
But
so.
Your guess is as good as mine, but I honestly, we had a production company reach out to us. I believe it was either email or social media. And, put yourself in that situation, right? You're like, you read this and you're like, yeah, okay, right. Let me guess. You want my date of birth, my password? You know what I mean? So I looked it up and it was legit. And we started kind of like going back and forth, trying to figure out like what the general idea or concept was of what they were wanting to do. And we got that out of the way, and it was enticing, and they wanted to do, it was interesting, like what they wanted to do. It seemed and sounded very much like what all of us do in this industry. It was that's what got my interest. That's what piqued my interest for sure. It was it right off the bat. It was kind of like not the typical restoration show. It had detailing and whatnot in it, so we started talking and one thing led to another. We did like a little kind of like an interview video.
Okay. Like a sizzle reel or something?
No, man, not even that. It was kind of like, who are you? What's the name of your shop? Like, what do you guys do? Yeah, I mean, it was legit, kind of like an interview. Okay. And then that was pretty much the like first part of it, after a whole bunch of like correspondence, right? There might have been a couple of phone calls before that. Did the filming aspect of it, or like I guess not a filming part, but like more of just like a video interview. Okay. And then it just like went like radio silent for like months, I was like, all right, well, there goes that.
Yeah.
And that kind of followed suit with like the previous times that I had been approached by production companies. Because this is like I want to say this is either like the second or third, maybe even fourth time.
Okay.
That we've been, or I've talked to some sort of production company for a television show. But then we got the call one day, and it was like, oh yeah, congratulations. And I was just like, what? Yeah. I mean, I'm dead serious, bro. It was like one of those things where like, you ever gotten some like, it's good news, but at the same time, it almost like scares the shit out of you.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're just like, you hear it, you're on like almost like autopilot, like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have a good day too. And then you just like, you get off the phone and you're just like sitting there, like the room starts kind of spinning a little bit. And I was like, at that moment, I think I was just like, oh shit, what have I gotten myself into? Yeah. what have I got my team into? Good times.
Nice. So when you're talking about like, that phone call to that like video interview to getting the second phone call and all that stuff, like how long did that process take?
Oh, collectively, that was over a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a long, long time. Like, I mean, I say this and I'll say it 100 times if I say it any, but like, if anybody listening has like, I know if you have experience with it, that's one thing, but like, if you don't have any experience with it and you're just kind of using your imagination or like what you would imagine this process is like, you have no idea. You have no idea. I mean, it is a lengthy, very thorough, very long process in order to make just simple stuff like the beginning of it.
Yeah.
It was like over a year long of, them going back and forth. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but I know that we didn't really start filming until like after a year.
Was it
kind of crazy.
So long in between like submitting that video and then getting that phone call when they called you, you're like, who? We
No,
Yeah,
100%.
did you forget
what?
about it?
Yeah.
Yes, bro, 100%. It was like,
TV show, what?
yeah, it was like, hey, Knoxy, and I'm like, yeah, because they're calling the shop phone,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, oh, this is, so and so, like, all right, and oh, congratulations, and I'm just like, okay, bud, thanks, and then like they had to like they could tell by that time that I was just like a goon. I didn't know what you know what I mean. Like I had no idea who the hell I was talking to. They knew, I'm so and so with level. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Congratulations, you got signed to the History Channel. It's like, all right,
So did you
okay.
go get like an agent and everything after that?
No, bro, come on, come on. You guys know. I mean, we were like, all right, I was talking to Woo, and it's like, buddy, this is real. And that being 100% transparent with the listeners and with you guys especially, it's like that in itself is so surreal. Like sit down and like just imagine like like a year ago, you're just cleaning cars and doing your thing, and then like the next year it's like, oh yeah, you're a character on the History Channel, like on a major television network. You're like, yeah, right. You would never and then to this moment, like to this very moment right now, like it's still like I'm like, that's not real. Come Wednesday, look on TV, see your face, and you're like, that's not real. That's not me.
Right.
It's weird. It's weird, dude. I'm telling you.
So how was it working with the film crew there? Because you and Woo were you guys are pretty like leave us alone, shut the doors, don't want anybody around, don't like anybody around. So like how was that, especially with
Bro,
the
you make us sound like grumpy old men. You make us sound like grumpy old dudes.
How far off is he though?
No, I mean, it's just slightly. That's all. It's just a slight rendition difference there.
But I mean, having them go like, okay, hey, cool, now we need to redo that. But because that was kind of my question, and I didn't ask it the first time, is like, in detailing you can't really redo it, right? So like, if they miss something, like, how do you redo?
You gotta, no, there isn't any of that, and that's kind of what was. I mean, there's so many parts to this question. I think that to go into what we're talking about directly right now, it was one of those deals where these guys are carrying these. I mean, these cameras are so big and so heavy, and I really, really like genuinely felt for them, because I mean they're carrying them all day long. You know what I mean? I mean, imagine having 40, maybe 50 pounds on one shoulder all the time. Like that sucks. Like your back would be killing you, Well, mine would. But it would be like there'd be like stopping point. You know what I mean? They might need a new battery or something like that. And then it's like, hey, what we're about to do, we only have one chance. That's it. So they would gear up, and it would be like one of those, like, figure out what would be the best angle so they're not like in your way. That was one of the biggest things, is that they were like, our crew was amazing. They were so good at what they did. We had the director of photography for this entire show at our location the entire time we filmed, and he's the guy that creates this, like, the visual aesthetic that you see when you're watching this show. And I can tell you now that, just being able to speak into that a little bit, like, this show is definitely going to be unlike anything you've seen on TV before, especially in the automotive aspect. There are no television shows on the air right now that look or sound really anything like this show. And a lot of that came from the director of photography. So it was cool to have him there, because he could gauge, like, all right, the lighting isn't favorable in this angle, let's do it this way. And then, like, the camera lenses, I mean, there's so many different kinds of lenses. It's not just like they pull out this one camera, you know what I mean? Like, you would pull out like your Polaroid and go to work. Like, no, dude, there's a whole system to this. So we were very blessed to have the people that we did at our facility, and they were also like really, really, really cool, like just genuinely good people. So it was kind of like a party. Well, like a work party, you know. I don't know if that's the best way to explain that, but it was good. They were all just really good people. Like there was always just like a very pleasant atmosphere.
Yeah.
So it was great to be able to work.
Right. No, that's cool. You guys were able to like have a good time with it and not, it just kind of get in the way of what you and Woo were doing. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, dude, that's what it's about, I think. I mean, that was one of the things that Woo and I talked about going into it. And you guys know how I am for especially, but like Woo and I, how we are, like we're just gonna be who we are.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get. And I think that was one of the best parts about like just everything that has to do with this show, because it was like embraced. Like they were like, okay, you're awesome, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because that was one of the things. I mean, Jason and I were very fortunate enough to already get to preview the first 2 episodes. Thanks to the History Channel for.
What'd you guys think? Did you like it?
I really did, but you're right. Watching you and Woo, like I'm watching it and I'm like, that's Knoxy and Woo. That's exactly how they are. It's not not faked. It's not like, scripted. There's a scene where you're kind of tormenting Woo a little bit. I'm like, okay, that's definitely Knoxy. And then, there's just things that are, that you can tell it's definitely you guys. It's not, fake or anything. So yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's pretty cool.
That's good.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say let's do our first break, and then I know Jason's got a couple of questions. I hope he remembers which ones they are. So we'll be right back. You need a website, but you don't know where to start? Detailers Roadmap can help. Their websites are designed for detailers and have all the features you need to convert visitors into lifelong customers. It's easy to use, affordable, and they'll even write and design the website from start to finish. So accelerate your auto detailing business's growth and increase online visibility with Detailers Roadmap's bespoke digital marketing services. You'll rank high on search engines and increase PPF, ceramic coating, and tinting sales. Contact Detailers Roadmap today to schedule your free discovery call. And make sure you tell them you heard about it here on the Detail Solutions podcast to receive your discount. Okay. Well, Jason, I know you had some.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good commercial, man.
Yeah, thank you. It was about time. Everybody was wondering when we were going to have a new one. I just had to do it and just took it upon myself.
It was really good, buddy.
Yeah. Good stuff. So a question I have for you is what impact do you think this show is going to have on our industry as far as our capabilities as detailers, price points that we could charge, and us being labeled as just car washers?
This is a good question. Damn, Jay coming out of the left field with that big boy, huh?
That's a fucking home run. That's a grand slam question.
That's a big boy question right there.
Podcast after that, I think. Shit.
Yeah, we just button it up after I answer that one. I only
well, why don't what impact do you want it to have instead of think? Like, what do you want it to have?
I can only hope. So I can speak from hope, right? I can only hope that this show brings awareness on both levels. The consumer level, right? Because I mean, let's get real. As all 3 of us are techs, all 3 of us have experience in this industry, and all 3 of us have gone through it just needs a good wax job. I used to be a detailer. I know what's what. It's like, oh yeah, the technology hasn't changed in 40 years. You're right. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. I hope that the consumers, or just people who like are very interested in preserving and protecting the investments that they're making in these vehicles, have the awareness, or maybe are a little bit more educated as to what to listen for, what to see, what to look for in a service provider. Hopefully they're capable of seeing the value there. I think that this show, first and foremost, I mean, with a bullet, I can speak from what we did at Reds and the stuff that we were doing, the cars that we were doing for Reds, or for the show on Red, or at Reds. Lord, um, we distinctly draw the line between a car wash and a detailer. There's a whole lot of stuff. I mean, you guys got to see that first episode. I mean, that Maverick is trashed.
Yeah.
That Maverick is hammered. I saw a couple of like final pics of like the hood and just how like destroyed it is from being, covered under however many years worth of grody,
Yeah.
Baking in the sun, and expanding and cooling and expanding and cooling. I mean, it made its way into that paint bad. So, that's not car washing.
Right.
And I think it's very difficult. If you look at a bunch of businesses in this industry, it's very difficult to depict exactly or portray exactly what it is that we do, and allow people that have no idea about what we do to truly understand that. And I think that, and hope that this show is going to do that. And then for the end user, for the detail technicians, for the people that are in this industry, I hope that it opens an avenue for everyone to be able to charge accordingly. I hope that, they see that the value in themselves first and foremost, right? It's interesting, I was thinking about this, and as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and it's like, you got somebody, let's take a different occupation. All right. Let's take somebody who ends up going to mechanic school, or maybe even dedicating their life to learning mechanics of a car. Let's say they're working on a BMW. Okay. Right. And if you've ever owned a German vehicle, you know that they're very expensive. They're not the easiest vehicle to work on. But this individual has either gone to school or taken a lot of like certification classes to be able to increase their education or increase their overall knowledge on how to properly fix these vehicles. Okay. Or they've dedicated their entire life to doing it. Let's say they got 10, 20 years in the game, and they now work for, a BMW dealership, right?
Yeah.
Their dollar per hour is $135, $150 an hour. That's because they're a specialist. That's because they've gotten to a place where you can comfortably and safely bring your vehicle to them, for the most part,
Yeah.
And feel good knowing that they're going to fix your car. I don't see why the detail industry is any different. I think that a lot of people that are going to see this show are going to realize it, because I know that I've said this on the show, and I hope that it makes it, in the episodes. But like, I say this to our clients at Reds a lot, like a lot of people think that their motor and their transmission is actually the most expensive part of their vehicle. And they may be right with some cars, but on average, one of the top 3 most expensive things that you can do to an automobile is repaint it.
Yeah.
And a solid paint job will run you anywhere from, $8,000 all the way up to $20,000, depending on what they're doing. And people have no idea, because they see those, like, those commercials where like, oh yeah, well, give us 3 hours and we'll repaint your car for $400. You know what I mean? So they think that's the norm.
Yeah.
But like OEM paint jobs cost way more than that. So like, all right, let's take that into consideration. And then let's go into somebody who's dedicated their life with all sorts of different paint systems and has the experience to be able to revive your finish without you having to go to a body shop. You want to pay them $3 an hour? You really think that $300 for a day is too much money?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with that? It's like, I hope that this show really puts the awareness in both parties, the consumer and the technician. I hope that they're capable of, as far as the consumer seeing the value in what we do, and then the technician seeing the value in yourself and charging accordingly so that you can pay your bills, so you can buy groceries, so you can put your kids in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's definitely something that's been missing, I think, from a lot of these car shows, right? Because usually it's restoration, so it's our car builds, and so you see it go in the paint, it comes out, and then all of a sudden it's under lights and it looks absolutely gorgeous, and they never show the detail part of it, right? So
right. They don't show the dude in there for like 16 hours, 300 hours. I mean,
yeah,
if it's that show car, I mean, dude, I have hand sanded an entire car for a Concours, and this is speaking from experience. When you can't feel your fingers for like 3 days after this job, I can tell you now that if you were to tell me that $500 was too much to do that, like, I would laugh.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're right, man. I mean, that's what I love about this show. I love that it is unlike anything that has been seen before.
Yeah.
Their approach, the way that it looks, the way that it sounds, even the content. It may not appeal to everybody. There might be some of those diehard fans that are like, man, put a motor in it,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm on the same page you are, man. I think that what we do is just as important, and no one's ever really touched on it before. So I'm really, really, really excited to see this show.
Yeah,
I am too. I'm excited to see if it's going to open other doors.
Yeah,
for the detailing industry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I want to see if it goes further than the show.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's kind of cool too is whether it's some of the guys on the show, are buying the cars, flipping, fixing them up and flipping them, or some of the ones like the one that you and Woo did was just like an actual detail client, showing that increase in value, or the fact that if you're gonna buy it for this much, you could clean it and sell it for that much. I think it'll give people an idea of, well, hey, if I'm gonna go trade my car in, maybe if I go and do, a detail job, get it nice polished up and interior cleaned out, it's going to give me X amount of value into the car for trade-in. That's going to be more than what I'm paying for the detail.
Zero doubts about it, buddy. Reds has been proving that for over a decade.
Yeah.
We have clients that come in and, we shoot people straight. You know how I am with our approach to our clients. I give it to people just open and honest.
Right.
I'm not here to sell you a dream. And I think you're spot on with that. I would love, and to kind of talk into what Jason was saying, like opening new doors or new avenues for the industry. I just want everybody to eat well. I want everybody to, if your feet and your back hurt at the end of the day, because you're working so hard to be able to put food on the table for your family, I want it to be worth your while.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the hope that I have.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into another commercial break real quick and we'll be right back.
If you own a detailing business, you need Car Supplies Warehouse. We offer tested and proven solutions to keep your business running strong. We offer wholesale memberships, in-person training, and the best chemicals, products, and tools all in one place. Go to carsupplieswarehouse.com and use code SOLUTIONS for 15% off. Code is valid for one-time use only. Some restrictions may apply. Go shop now on carsupplieswarehouse.com.
A little jingle, man. That's awesome.
Otterness. He's hilarious.
Yeah. So how long did the filming take? Once they started, how long were you guys in on it?
Buddy, we filmed for 8 weeks.
Thanks. 2 months? Shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Listen,
it's a long 2 months, man.
Dude, if you're listening to this and you're trying to get just a somewhat of an idea of what that was like, and I mean, I'm sitting here saying like, oh yeah, it's 8 weeks, and you're like, yeah, it's not that. 2 months, hey, I could do it. I can assure you that these cars were far from clean. Far from clean. It was painful to see some of this stuff, and it was disgusting. There was some stuff that was just absolutely rancid.
And you guys had time limits on these cars, right? It's not like you could just
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, oh, we'll take, like some detailers will be like, oh, whatever, it's here until I get it done. Like you guys,
And that's normally how we work, dude.
right.
So can you imagine? We were like, wait, what? 2 days, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of long nights. A lot of long nights. It was not an easy thing to do.
How many hours a day did you work? You typically?
That like average was
Yeah.
at least 12.
Okay.
At least there were a couple nights it was the days started kind of blurring together, you know. I mean, it was not it wasn't a cakewalk for sure. So
Some of the cars that you do, were you just like, there's no way we can do these in 2 days? And they're like, tough shit, man, you got 2 days to do it. And you just
I mean,
kinda had
dude,
to,
yeah.
like, skimp
Well, in my head, my
where
internal
not do rocker panels or something,
the Alex Russell method. The internal dialogue was probably something like that. Yeah, the internal dialogue in my brain was like, what, how,
Yeah.
But then again, me and Woo, we're both very stubborn.
Yeah.
So it's like, this isn't going to defeat us. This isn't how we go out. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't going to how we go down. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it the best that we can. We're gonna do it to the best of our ability. I mean, not all these cars are perfect. No car is really perfect,
Right.
if you ask me.
Well, the whole thing. If you're a real detailer, you ain't gonna get perfection on these kind of cars in the amount of time that you guys have. So you got to be realistic about the situation when you watch the show, and don't be a jackass and say, "Oh, dude, it's not. I see something.
Put a light on
Oh
it."
yeah,
Put a fucking light on it."
yeah. Well, like the crazy. We did an Acura, and the hood on this thing and the roof and the deck lid were like flat. I mean, straight. This car was supposed to be black, and it had like a straight up like gray, almost gray primered patches in this thing. And I got a reading, and I think it was under 100. It was under before we even started anything. And I mean, I like went full on surgeon mode on that one. I think by the time I was done, it was like 62 microns just to be able to get this thing shiny again. You know what I mean? I mean, it was in the straight up danger zone. The dude's paint was shot, right? But to thin spots in it, and it wasn't from us. It was just that's how the paint was too far gone. But yes, I mean, it was a very challenging show. There were a lot of cars in that were extremely challenging. There was a Rolls Royce that we did, where, let me see if I get it. Don't quote me on this. I think my numbers might be off, but we were told that they only made 1,100 of these things to begin with.
Wow.
And that was like back in the like 60s or 70s. So there was probably only like legit 300 survivors. It's like, no pressure, guys.
Yeah.
We need this in 2 days. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah.
You had your butt puckered on that one, huh?
That was intense. Yeah, we're like, can we pull this off? Can we pull this off? Can we pull this off?
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you find the cars? I mean, did the production company or the show or whatever go out and find the cars for you guys, or did you guys go and find cars?
Yeah, the show helped. I mean, like, obviously we own a detail shop, so it was a little bit easier for us to find people looking for, that straight up filth car turnaround. That was one of the biggest, I think, differences between us and the other two shops. Is there's one, like, Minnesota boys, like their dealership primarily, I believe, they own a big operation.
That's a huge, like, classic car detail shop or classic car dealership.
Yeah. So they're into the store it and flip it kind of deal.
Right.
The North Carolina shop, Jamie, I think he does that, but he doesn't do it quite as much as the Minnesota guys. And then you have us where it's like, man, we're just detailers. Like, give me, we're just gonna clean this thing up, turn it around. That's yeah. We got into a couple of them. You're gonna have to watch the series to find out how it ends. But we did this. I mean, I bought this Ford Ranger, bro. And I'm not exaggerating. It legitimately had like mold and tree bark growing on this thing. It had been. It was just the gnarliest thing. I mean, this thing looked like it was like three octaves away from being like a full grown like plant. I mean, it was gross. But like I said, you got to watch the episode to find out how that turned out.
Right. All right, let's jump into another ad break, and then we'll come right back with Knoxy.
If you have not yet tried Oberk's new APS soap, now is your chance to receive 15% off by using coupon code DSP, all capital letters. Oberk's new all-purpose soap is perfect for all your exterior washing needs. This unique formula combines plant-based cleaning power that is effective and versatile. Whether you are mobile washing or maintaining a ceramic-coated vehicle, APS soap works quickly and rinses easily. This super concentrated formula can also be used on really tough bugs and is very effective in dirty door jams. To find out more, please visit oberkcarcare.com.
Yeah. How many eps did you guys end up filming in that 8 week?
Well, I mean, first I look Maddie.
Such a soothing voice.
Is visit oldbook.com.
We love you, Maddie.
But Matt's the best. What'd you just say, Alex? What were you talking about?
I was asking in that 8 weeks, how many episodes did you film?
Ooh, boy, we did 14 cars.
Damn.
And there's
that's some hustling, bustling, boy.
Let me tell you, dude. I was like, no, I'm not gonna lie. There was a point where, like, you have to kind of like do that like inner coaching thing. You're like,
you gotta fucking pump
you
yourself
got
up.
this. You got this. You can do it. I can't do it. You can do it. I can't. Yeah. That was going on, bro. I'm telling you. I'm sitting at the shop just staring at these turds, and I'm like, why did I do this? Yeah. My hands are hurting.
Yeah.
My back's at the Motel 6, baby. Trying to go to sleep. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What, 20 episodes total? 22 episodes total?
Yeah, the season's 20 episodes. Yeah, so it's a good length series.
Yeah.
Especially for season 1.
You couldn't make it all 20, bro?
One more time?
You couldn't make it all 20?
No, buddy. No. The way that they set it up is cool though. They like interchange between the shops, which I think is really cool. I think that this show is going to be really, I mean, I know I keep saying it. It's just like unlike anything you've really heard or seen. The other part of it too, though, is that it's got the before and afters, right? Everybody loves before and after stuff. It's got the visuals. It's got,
They even do 50-50s.
Yeah. You got the flip stuff, right? Well, how much money can these guys make? Or maybe they don't make anything, or maybe they fail, or maybe they break something, and then you got like the characters themselves. Like, people are characters. That's all there is to it, right? So you kind of like, you're like, yeah, these guys are awesome, or you can relate to somebody. And then like there's like an educational aspect of it too, right? There's this, again, like we just got done talking about, like nobody's ever covered this part of the automotive industry yet.
Right.
So when you got, little tips and tricks that you might just inadvertently pick up from what somebody else is doing, and that's cool. I love that.
Yeah, and
obviously you guys know.
You guys are. I mean, all 3 shops are pretty good about, in the beginning saying like, all right, we're going to give it a, a foam bath. We're going to do a polish on it, or, we're just going to put wax on it, or, we're going to clean the interior and we're going to decontaminate, like it's cool.
Yeah, you got a game plan.
Yeah. And they do it like a checklist on the show. So as it shows what's going on, it kind of, checks that box.
Right.
And then it's also, again, I know you and Woo are a little bit different than the other guys. You guys were a little more technical in your explanations too, which was kind of nice.
Well, that's what you get when you sign a trainer to a professional detailer up for a television show. You know what I mean? There were times I'm pretty sure I had to kind of break it down. There's an episode you guys will laugh, man. I wish that I had like footage. I wasn't being filmed or anything, but I wish I had footage of myself trying to articulate how an ozone machine works with this one. We used it in this one episode and it was like kind of like a highlight, and just trying to explain that to where like somebody who doesn't know anything about detailing could wrap their mind around it. And it's almost, dude, it was so hard for me. Like I struggled so hard. I'm like, why is this so difficult?
Yeah.
But
that's what you get. Sure if he tried to explain to you how a camera worked, it'd probably been the same for him.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Were there any cars that you guys turned down that were just like either too dirty, not dirty enough, maybe not enough there to work with, wasn't the right car for the show?
Oh yeah. There were a bunch. There were a bunch of cars. We had let's see. I think we had one person submit, I believe it was a Land Rover, but it was in a box. Like it was legitimately just a box of parts. And like, I'm like, what part of, wait, this is detailing, right? This is what I've never assembled a Land Rover before. I have no idea where to start with this one.
You told him the other show was filming down the street where they actually do builds and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, this isn't that type of show, buddy. Cars that didn't have any paint on them. Like literally, like the whole car needed to be repainted because at that point it's we took it to a body shop. End of the episode, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then there was some stuff where it was just like, we got all of us. I think all of the shops had some like critter infestations, if you will.
Yeah.
And that little bit right there, not to mention all the other stuff that could happen to a vehicle over time, but like that little bit right there, you would be so surprised at how destructive those little assholes could be. Oh, yeah. So finding cars, like there would be people that would just like, oh well, it's been sitting in a barn for a while, and then you look at some of the pictures and you're like, okay, we can clean that. And then you get that one picture where like half the driver's seat has been eaten. You're like, yeah, no, we can't do anything with this. But yeah, it was just basically turning down stuff that was just too far gone or really just needed to be like completely restored top to bottom kind of thing.
Was there anything that you turned down that was just because of maybe like medical or bodily, fluids or
too hazardous?
Yeah, just
no, buddy. You know how we do it, dude. Half the time we were like debating on whether we should just put on gloves.
Yo, that'd be me. I swear to God.
We're not scared, dude. We're just not, and that's probably a very bad thing. There were times where like I definitely put on a mask and put on gloves.
Yeah.
There's some of these cars. When we did a car that was owned by a zookeeper, and they hadn't cleaned it since they bought the car, bro. They were like, I'm not exaggerating. There were, I want to say 5 or 6 different variants of poop on this car. So like that's the kind of stuff that you have to look forward to. So yeah, when you're touching 5 different variants of fecal matter, you might want to put on some gloves.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think that this is just gonna open up like a flood of crap to detailers now? Because
I love how you threw that pun in, dude.
People are gonna look at this show and be like, "Man, detailers can do that. I'm gonna bring up my shit box."
Oh, I know. I'm gonna have a slew of people calling me, being like, "Oh, look what you've done to us." You know. Listen, there's a job for everybody. You know what I mean? So, charge
but
accordingly.
they'll know how to charge accordingly when watching this show. So
Hopefully,
if you do
yeah.
get a car like that, you'd be
right.
like, "Let me go back to episode 1 and
That's
see
right.
what he
Where
charged."
Knoxy's talking about breaking it down. Yeah. It's what you're gonna have to do, dude. I mean, good thing you can hook up the what's that thing called that records DVR?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We're in the
On
20th
demand.
century.
Yeah, on demand.
Yeah.
On demand.
Yeah, luckily you could just go back and revisit the episode.
Yeah, on the history app.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now,
exactly. History.com. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Now, you guys don't normally do these types of vehicles, so are you a little worried that now you might get more phone calls for these type of vehicles? Or are you just gonna be like, and then we'll hit you?
This is the thing about Reds is that we'll do anything that keeps the lights on. Now, do we have jobs that we have honed in on because that's really where like our arena is? Yes. If you bring me your vehicle and it is filled with 5 different types of poop, I really and genuinely and truly hope that you don't think that is going to be cheap for us to clean. And that's basically how I'm going to answer that question. So come on down, you know? You know what I mean? You bring us.
There's a price for everything.
Correct. And you're definitely not getting it back in 2 days. So let's just go ahead and square that away now. That is not happening. Oh, my word.
Right. Let's do another commercial break. And then I think Jason had a question about being nervous. We'll be right back.
Still sitting on a bucket or poorly built shop stool? Aren't you tired of the discomfort and back pain caused by your lousy shop stool? The days of tiny casters and thin seats are over. Meet the Viper Chair, America's #1 shop chair, made right here in the USA. The Viper Chair glides over any surface and loose debris with 4-inch industrial-grade casters. Relieve your lower back pain with the perfectly angled backrest. Prevent tipping and improve posture with a wide, sturdy base. Viper chairs are designed for every industry: automotive, detailing, welding, or any other project in your garage, no matter what you love to do. With an artillery of accessories, Viper is here to help you with whatever the job requires. Stop wasting your money buying cheap China-made shop stools and get yourself a Viper chair. Handcrafted right here in America. Visit ViperIndustrial.com now for our $50 site-wide sale. But hurry, this sale ends soon. Shop ViperIndustrial.com. That's VYPER Industrial.com.
And if you use the code DSP25, you'll save an additional 25% off of whatever deal that Viper is using.
Dude, way to go, Knoxy. Way to
What's up,
go,
buddy?
man.
What?
The only motherfucker that will burp in the middle of a commercial.
I didn't know you could hear that.
I didn't know either.
That's the one time.
I didn't hear it on my
Oh,
end.
yeah. all our listeners are gonna hear.
You're welcome.
Shouldn't have been able.
Go.
Volume was pulled all.
Go
up.
get that. Go get that Viper chair. Yeah.
Yeah, get Viper chair.
Get the Viper chair. Sorry.
Yeah, all good.
Sorry.
It was
That's
bound
what I
to
was like-
happen. It was
I was
bound to
like,
happen. He got me last time laughing like this, and he got it again, man.
That's right. Let's not revisit that 22-year-old fart. There he goes. See ya.
Yeah, we lost Jason.
He's down. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What was the commercial though? That's what I was trying to remember. Oh, God. Yes.
3, 2, 1. It was the countdown.
The Manscaped one. Oh, we'll play that later. It'll be.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So everybody's got something to look forward to listening to.
Oh,
Alex
my
sounding
God.
like a 22-year-old fart. Your
Okay.
balls balls need trimming? No.
Enthusiasm level 0.
Wrap it up. Let's go. Come on. We gotta
He's pushing it along.
Oh man.
making more of this for me to cut out. So come on, let's.
Oh man, you can't cut this out. This is awesome. Anyway, were you ever nervous at any point in time while filming? And are you nervous, to hear the feedback when it does premiere?
Awesome questions. Jason's coming up left and right. I don't, it's weird. I think that if you didn't have a concern going into this, then there was something wrong, right? There's always the thoughts of like, oh my God, what if we're perceived like this, or what if we're perceived like that? And
well, we are in an industry where everybody literally has something to say about everything.
Yeah,
we're in a world. We're in a society where everybody has something to say about something. You know what I mean? It's not just our industry, and that's it's funny that you bring that up, because those concerns and that like inner dialogue, right? Your inner thoughts. I recognize those. I've heard those before. And it was when we we started our own business, or when we were going to switch services, or when we were going to do this, or and then, the older I get and the longer we go in this industry, the more I realize that you just kind of turn the volume down on those things, and you do the best that you can. You work with, what you got, and you try to give all you got, and that's it. That's all you can do. I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago about the first time that you do whatever, the first time that you do a speech, it's probably going to suck. The first time you do a podcast, it's probably going to suck. The first time that you do, pretty much anything, it might suck. But the point is that you can't get to 100 without number one first.
Right.
And that's something that I think is very important to really truly keep with you. And that's something that I use with this show. I know that, our team is very good at what we do. And I don't say that from an arrogant point. I just say that from, we've been in business for over a decade. So the proof's kind of in the pudding. We're very fair. We're very honest. And that's exactly what we did with this show. So the people that get to watch this show are going to see that. They know, if they come to Reds, that's what they're getting. So there's nothing to really be nervous about right there. As far as the show, being aired and me being nervous about that, this is the weirdest thing, bro. It's I'm not nervous. If anything, I feel like
Alex is shaking his head on bullshit.
I'm not, though. That's the thing. I mean, people are going to say what they're going to say. The end. You're going to have a hater, whether.
I was just shaking my head because I asked you if we were going to drive up to Reds and have a watch party, and you said you were going to be hiding in a closet. So,
yeah, I'm going to be hiding in the damn closet because it's weird. All right.
Well, that's a type of nerd.
And I'm weird, though.
Exactly, it's a type of nerd.
No, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. You can't hide.
It's more about seeing myself. I think I'm not worried about what people are going to say.
Right.
And that was the original question. I don't give a damn. You're going to say what you're going to say. People are, oh yeah, he's doing it wrong. This is a better method. I mean, dude, it does with or without a television show, that's still a thing. So it's not going to.
I feel like it's going to be multiplied, dude. Honestly,
probably.
Which is hope. It sucks that it will be.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day,
you think a lot of that'll just be out of jealousy because you're on TV and they're not?
100%.
I don't know what the motives would be. What I do hope is that there is just as much, if not more, positive coming from it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's which one of the wolves do you want to feed?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one. I'm going to feed the positive. The people that genuinely want to learn more, the people that are entertained, the people that just want to be a part of it some way. No, I'm not telling you that you can be on TV because I don't have that power. But, if something, you just enjoy the show, you like seeing the episodes, or if you want to learn, or, whatever the case may be, then, enjoy. if your existence in this particular setting is to try to tear it down to make yourself feel better, then, you know, best of luck in your endeavors. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right.
I think that was a perfect.
Sorry to Forrest Gump you at the end of that one, but
Yeah, and that's all I gotta say about that.
That's all about I got to say about all that. Yeah, yeah.
I was waiting on.
Are you frozen, man? What are you doing?
No, I thought you were going to ask your next question. Apparently, you're
That
not.
was
Apparently,
what?
the,
Which one? What are you talking
These
about,
two,
man?
these two dudes.
I mean, I send him all the questions, and he.
I have them right in front of me.
Yeah,
I have them right in front of me.
so
If you're talking about the favorite one, I want to ask that one.
you don't want to answer, or you don't want to ask
No.
it? Why?
Because I don't know.
All right.
Ask your damn question.
All right. So here, I'll.
What was your favorite experience
There you go.
during this whole time you were filming and everything? What is like one moment that happened during the whole 2 months you were filming, whether it be with the crew or a customer, a car, anything?
I'm gonna give it to you straight. You guys sit down for this one. There was a lot. You know, you get a lot of people that are very good at what they do. They have great personalities. Whether it was part of the production team, the producers, or just the people bringing their cars in. You know, I'm big on that. I like building relationships, so it was good to be able to experience that. The turnarounds. I think that's why we all do what we do. If you're in this industry, I think that's what fuels a lot of us, whether we're going to admit it or not. You know, is how far can we take it? How great can we make it? Kind of thing. But like the best experience, and ironically, it is the first episode. Is definitely going to be Daddy's Maverick. It's a Maverick 70s model Maverick that we did. And the lady brought it in to get it hopefully turned around. And it was her father's. And he had passed away. So she hadn't touched it since. And then come to talk to, come to find out talking to her that, that was the car when she was a little girl that they would drive around in, and they would, go to shows or whatever. And that was like some of her like fondest memories. You know what I mean? It impacted her life and was a representation of her father's love. So it was extremely important to her. And she trusted us to try to bring it back. And the reason, to just kind of stay in the realm of your question, the reason that I think that was probably one of the best experiences was because, not a lot of people know about my personal life, right? But a couple years back, I lost my mom. And so that was, she was the most beautiful thing that I had ever known, as my safe place. And I lost that. And, if you've never experienced anything like that, you don't really know how bad that hurts and how it continues to hurt. It's the hurt that doesn't really go away. So, when I saw the pain in that woman's eyes and I heard it in her voice, I knew what she was feeling. I could identify with it directly. And I know how bad that really just kind of eats your soul on a daily basis, But I also know that at that moment that I had the ability to take the job. And I did it like involuntarily. Like I didn't even think about it. It was like, yeah, we're going to do it. And at that point, failure wasn't an option. And the reason primarily, it just at that moment, it just had nothing to do with that damn show. It had nothing to do with the television show. It didn't. It was more about that woman's pain being replaced with a positive feeling, and that positive feeling being that a complete stranger has the ability to show you how much they care and how important that car is to them because it's that important to you. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring that vehicle back to the days that she remembers it when her father was still here, or even better, you know. And that was an amazing experience to be able to give her that. And I hope that she carries it forever.
It definitely shows in the episode. I mean, I know we've had this conversation before, but when I watched it, you know, I could see that emotion on your face, you know, talking to the lady. So it definitely stands out. I think
it's a perfect way to kick off the whole series, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's you know, there's like, I believe in like certain things in life, you know, not to get too crazy on everybody listening, but like things happen for a reason. There are times, and I can only speak about my life because I'm only living my life. But there are times in my life where things happen and it's just completely unexplainable. The stars align and it happens. And I think that this is one of those things. You know, I wish my mom could still be here every day. And now it's like, you know, your kid's on TV. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have people that like make fun of it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look at me, mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where it's like, you know, it's a, you know, whether it's short-lived or long-lived, like it's an accomplishment. And it's a good one. And I wish that she could be here. You know what I mean? And the one episode that really like struck that chord just so happens to be the premiere episode.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of one of those things where like the stars aligned.
Yep.
So yeah, it's great. You know, I hope that everybody enjoys it as much as I did.
That's awesome.
I think they will.
Yeah, I think they will too. I did. I sure did.
I sure did too. So I mean, it's gonna be fucking awesome. I really do think so. I was pumped.
It.
I like, obviously me and Alex knew before everybody did that this was going on, and he was a part of it. But just by you talking to us behind the scenes about a couple things, and like from that point, I knew it was gonna be awesome. I think we all did.
Dude, I tell you now, I mean the history network, like I think this is just an awesome idea.
Yeah.
And you know, an idea is just that, an idea. It is nothing more until you put the steps in play to make it a reality. And what they did by bringing in the producers that they did, I mean, our producers are second to none, man. Unparalleled. Just amazing in what they do. And all of the people that were in charge of anything that had to do with the visual aesthetic, the sound, production, so on and so forth. Like the production company is incredible. And then like, it's just, everything is just top notch when it came to making this show. So we were very blessed with that. And I hope that it reflects when you watch it. I really hope that you're capable of seeing some of the stuff that they did and recognizing like it doesn't look like anything you've seen before. You know, that's all them.
Yeah. No, one of the super cool effects that they did was, you know, the super close up shots of
macro.
Yeah,
boy.
Either the carpets being dirty, or the paint being dirty, or the wheel dirty. Like yeah, that was a pretty cool. And then like, you know, showing the before and afters of that. So, you know, they show how dirty it is, but then they do that same kind of shot after it. Was really cool.
Yeah.
That's an amazing idea.
Yeah, definitely.
It is.
Let's knock out another ad and we'll be right back.
Here we go, baby.
Detailers, we forget that our favorite products have a life in the world outside of detailing. For instance, during the holidays, I went to the Apple store to buy the wife a gift. I was wearing my favorite auto fiber shirt, not thinking anything of it, when the Apple genius or nerd or whatever they're called looks at me and goes, "Hey man, I love auto fiber." Got off guard and looking down at my shirt, I realize, and I tell him, "Yeah, they're amazing towels." As we're waiting for my purchase to be brought from the back, he told me he uses them when he washes his car and tells me some of his favorite towels, like the Mother Fluffer drying towel or the Detailer's Delight Quick Detailer wipe towel. And I told him, hey, next time you go to autofiber.com, make sure you use the code DSP and you'll save 10% off your purchase. He thanked me and wished me Merry Christmas. And like Santa Claus, I was out of sight. All right.
Just like Santa Claus.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you just say?
We're talking
What'd
about
you just say?
Just like Santa Claus. I was out of sight.
Oh, dude.
So I want to ask a different question of what Jason asked earlier. So Jason asked you earlier, like, what do you hope this show does, like, for the industry and everything? What I want to know is, I want you to be a little selfish. What do you want this show to do for Reds?
I mean, I guess more business, to answer that simply, right? To be able to grow it into something else. But I mean, you know me, dude. It's just gonna make it bigger so that I can give back more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we do, dude.
Yeah.
I think that there's a balance there. I mean, to this day, 12 years after we opened the doors of that place, there's still women or men that come in from the local Kroger or something that, or the grocery mart, and a rogue shopping cart tanked the side of their bumper or something like that. And they, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We go out there and polish that little piece off for free.
Yeah.
And it's just to kind of give it back. And if Reds gets even bigger and bigger, I'm just gonna keep giving and giving. It'd be cool to be able to train, because you know that I have a passion in that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to be able to do, like, fundraisers. We've done that before. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just that would be the thing, I guess. And it's kind of like a not a really selfish thing, but that's what I would do.
Yeah. Well, you're not really a selfish person too. I mean, you do try to help people as much as you can, but I was kind of hoping you'd be like, fat cars and
Yeah.
hose and whatever, but yeah, that wouldn't be the Knoxy way.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There might be another hot rod in my future, but
you got to splurge a little bit, man. You did a lot of hard work in 2 months,
buddy. I got one in the cooker right now. I'm
you got one in the chamber.
Thinking about it, but that's all it is. It's just thought right now.
Yeah, but you just spoke about that earlier. What a thought! You bring a thought up to the table.
Buddy, it trust me, I know, but I gotta be the one to put those steps into play. I'm not gonna do that right now because your boy gets reckless when it comes to hot rods. It's like, I know what'll happen. I know how to do it too.
Yeah,
this wouldn't be my first rodeo. That's why I'm not putting those steps into play.
the one that sat in Bay 1 for however many months.
Oh my God. I miss that car.
That's bad.
Yeah,
I missed that car, buddy. And it was cool because the dude that I sold it to is a local. So he came up like a couple weeks back. And I'm like, it was like bittersweet. You know what I mean? Like, I got to see how happy he was in it. And like, he was talking about, oh yeah, I take it to shows. And, my kids love it. And, yeah, I get
like seeing your ex-girlfriend with her new man.
No, not that. Yeah, no. But it was like, it was cool to see the stuff that he did to make it like his, But yeah, it was also kind of, it sucked because you're like, oh man, I miss that car, boy. But that's okay. It'll be another one.
that's good. So obviously we're blessed enough to have you on the podcast talking about this before the show came out. So I mean, has the network or your press secretary, your publicist or whatever come to you and said, okay, Knoxy,
First of all, I don't have a secretary. Let's clear that up. All right. I have a PR manager. She manages me from being an idiot. Okay. And she is a lovely lady. She's very skilled at what she does. There is no assistant whatsoever in that.
Maybe we should have had her on this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably would have been better for sure.
But, I mean, have they come to you and said, okay, like, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of where, you know, you're either going to be, you know, either like via video or, you know, somebody's going to call you and do an interview or something like that?
We haven't had anything yet, but, you know, I think it's a little premature. I think that, you know, once the show airs, that there'll probably be a little bit more of that. I don't know, you know. But as of right now, I mean, this is it. I'm doing this little podcast.
Yeah, we got the inside scoop before like Jimmy Kimmel and shit.
That's right, boy.
Yeah, before Jimmy Kimmel.
Guy's gonna be on Fallon in like 3 weeks.
I know, right? All right. Yeah, right. That dude doesn't give a damn what I'm doing.
Hey, you never know, dude. He might be on like Drew Barrymore's show or something like that next.
Wait, Drew Barrymore has a show, bro?
Yeah.
I don't even know. How do you wait? Hold on. How do you know that, dog?
I love Drew Barrymore, dude. I ain't afraid to admit it.
I mean, I didn't know she had a show.
Yeah, I have a TV in my office. My wife has a desk right next to mine, so she watches it, and I'll glance at it from time to time. Be like, oh, that's
There
cool.
we go. There we go. Yeah, she don't give a damn what I'm doing either, bro.
Yeah, not yet though. Wait, just wait. January 18th, 10/9 Central, History
That's right.
Channel.
Back to back, baby.
Back to back.
This Wednesday.
Two first. Yeah, this Wednesday.
Yeah.
This Wednesday.
Yeah,
It's creeping up on you.
Yeah, it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
Are
Are we doing that thing on Wednesday or no?
I mean, I'm down for it. So Jason and I, for everybody listening, Jason and I are contemplating doing a live viewer party. We can't obviously air the video, especially with it being streamed to YouTube and Facebook, because History Channel will just go through and pull it down. But my thought is maybe we all watch it together and then kind of comment, or, you know, Jason and I can talk about it. Everybody can kind of comment on. So I'm thinking about doing it. I mean, that is night before. That is night before MTE. We are,
what?
Yeah. Or no, I'm sorry.
No, it's this week.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so excited about MTE, dude.
Dude, don't get me nervous like that. I was like, wait, what?
No, we are doing the Sonex one that night. So we would have to wrap that up and come back on. So I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes. We do know, or well, from the first episode, if you guys listen to, in case any of our international listeners are curious about the show, it does typically, I guess, air internationally afterwards, after a few months or so. But I think, like Knoxy was talking about in the first one, you know, streaming, go to the History app.
I'm pretty sure you can stream it, dude.
Yeah.
It might not be like
that day, but
it might not be like 10/9 Central, but I'm pretty sure that if you're in a different country, and the time zone according, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that you can stream it. I mean,
yeah, usually they're always streaming the next day on most things.
So I'm saying you go to history.com, I'm pretty sure they'll.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will have it on YouTube. Maybe the History Channel's YouTube channel. I don't know if they do stuff. I don't know if they do full episodes, but I'm sure it'll be somewhere.
Yeah.
So any of our international listeners that are curious about this, that's where you can check that out.
Not to worry, History's got you.
Yeah,
that's the name of the game, is people watching the television show, right?
Exactly.
Pretty.
All right, well, shit. Let's knock out the last commercial and then we'll come back and say goodbye to.
This better be it.
Get ready, Jay.
3, 2, 1. Happy New Year from our friends over at Manscaped. The ball has officially dropped, but that doesn't mean you have to drop the ball on your balls in 2023. Whether you had a New Year's kiss or not, the leaders in below the waist grooming have you covered for your much needed resolution of bringing sexy back. Join the 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer and go to manscaped.com and use the code DSP for 20% off and free shipping worldwide. Let us have a toast for a new year, new you, and a new you with no pubes. All right.
Go ahead. I dare you without no pube.
Bro, I don't know. I think Joe Biden might have probably nailed that better than you.
That's getting it edited out.
No, that one I'll leave. That one I'll leave. That one made me laugh. That was a good one.
3, 2, 1, happened. This dude's tone challenge, baby.
It's all good. It's all that matters. People are laughing about it. They're having a good time with it. They love it. So
that's
how
all
you
it's about.
get them to remember it. That's it.
Exactly.
That's all it's about.
Exactly.
New Year's, New Year. Even Alex is out laughing at that one.
Keep you in line.
Even Alex is laughing on that one. That's good.
My God.
All right, Knox. Appreciate your time.
Of course,
twice to do this.
Yeah, man.
You're
a fucking rock star.
Do us all a favor. Before we ever do another one of these podcasts again, can you go out and buy a fucking laptop or something?
Yeah, I'll think about
Bro,
it.
You got the money now, man. Go get yourself a fucking laptop.
I'll do that. I'll make sure to do that.
The most audio challenged person on this podcast so far, it feels like. And if anyone's listening to this and wondering why it wasn't live streamed on YouTube, you can thank Knoxy. We had to come over to Zoom and record this one just to get the audio.
Yeah, just be happy with your audio. All right.
We still have the video.
We do. We still have the.
Yeah, let's do Chinese theater.
Yeah.
Just basically take the sound from this
and put it on top of that.
Yeah. Just do that.
Holy shit, that's a good idea.
No, don't do that, dude. It'll be so off. Absolutely fucking not, dude. I'll put my foot down on that. No.
There you go. There you go.
That will look like pure shit.
At least you have audio.
At least we have audio.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for you guys being so patient. Thank you.
No, we thank you for doing this for us. You're probably doing us a bigger favor than we are you.
Yeah.
You probably bring down your Hollywood status by coming on here.
Yeah. Okay. All right, boys. Listen, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir. All right.
Appreciate it.
Remember, Dirty Old Cars. It's a new History Channel series premiering Wednesday, January 18th at 10/9 Central with 2 back-to-back episodes. Mr. Knoxy here is one of the stars, so make sure we
Check it out.
Yeah, go watch it Wednesday. Set your DVRs, set your whatever, but make sure you watch it live because that's how he's going to get the ratings or whatever. So, all right, gentlemen,
Good night.
it's been great. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, guys.